glorified her ex-husband. She made him the bad guy.
The divorce would have never even been out if he didn't file the motion to use our full and legal names.
Then she had to go and she had to get new energy. What was she calling him? Her apple pies? Have you seen my apple pies?
Did you see my apple pie?
Oh my God, you did a love scene with Leonardo DiCaprio.
How was it shooting those scenes with Leo?
It was just work. Girl.
Who is Teyana Taylor sleeping with to get up?
Y'all, brace yourselves, because what I'm about to uncover is set to destroy the image you thought you understood about Teyana Taylor. Allegedly, beneath the trophies, the applause, and the flashing cameras, there's a darker narrative filled with control, calculated moves, and hidden arrangements the industry would rather keep buried. Sources claim Pierre has finally spoken up, and what he revealed is enough to stop you cold. This isn't some ordinary split. It points to a cycle, a carefully designed playbook that was already in motion long before he realized what he'd stepped into. Allegedly, none of Teyana's actions were driven by feelings, they were planned. Recognition, influence, and leverage weren't accidents, they were the mission. Insiders alleged she weaponized her marriage to Iman Shumpert to shape public sympathy, casting him as the problem while securing her role as the wounded hero. And when Aaron entered the picture, the truth hit hard. He wasn't the first chapter. He was another repeat. While he was emotionally invested, rumors suggest she was silently building alliances meant to catapult her status, including an alleged private bond with Leonardo DiCaprio. Hollywood insiders insist the spark went far beyond work obligations. Clips, subtle gestures, and off-camera encounters are being cited as signs of a concealed relationship. One many whisper played a major role in her Golden Globe moment. Aaron was reportedly stunned. As he showed loyalty and commitment, Teyana was allegedly networking behind the scenes, pulling strings and climbing higher while he paid the price. And here's the most chilling part. She never shut it down directly. Sources say she danced around every claim, forcing Aaron to sit alone with a level of betrayal most people never recover from. Supporters are split, rumors are screaming, and whatever truth is surfacing has Hollywood watching in disbelief. By the time this unfolds, you'll be rethinking everything tied to Teyana Taylor, the accolades, the glamour, the spotlight, and asking whether the star everyone cheers for has been running a hidden play all along. Don't go anywhere, because this story hasn't even reached its most explosive chapter yet.
All these roles.
Teyana Taylor winning that Golden Globe is the same reason why Halle Berry is the only black woman, or one of the few black women, with a Best Actress Oscar.
Teyana Taylor's character in one battle after another is a stereotype, and I am kind of tired of hearing people try to argue otherwise. Two things can be true at the same time. Her character can represent a caricature and play into a stereotype.
Sisters and little brown girls watching tonight, our softness is not a liability. Our depth is not depth. It's not too much. Our light does not need permission to shine. We belong in every room we walk into. Our voice.
Strap in, because what you're about to learn is about to tear through Hollywood's illusion and force you to rethink everything you believed about Teyana Taylor. Allegedly, beyond the spotlight, the premieres, and the trophy-filled nights, exists a storyline so dark, so deliberate, it feels ripped from a psychological drama. People close to Pierre say he finally broke his silence, exposing what he describes as a long-running, deeply unsettling pattern of deception tied to Teyana. This goes far beyond emotional damage. This is about calculated control, long-term planning, and an aggressive pursuit of status, influence, and power, no matter who got hurt along the way. Industry whispers suggest the first chapter began with her ex-husband, Iman Shumpert. In public, she framed him as possessive, insecure, and emotionally dangerous, but behind closed doors, insiders allege she was directing the storyline from start to finish. Legal filings, public statements, and strategically timed interviews slowly reshaped Iman into the antagonist, while she stood firmly in the spotlight as the wounded survivor. What insiders find chilling is that the very same blueprint was allegedly reused with Pierre. As Aaron invested fully, emotionally and personally, Teyana was, according to sources, already operating on another level, turning relationships into stepping stones, controlling access, and quietly positioning herself for a far bigger endgame. Industry insiders insist it went far beyond emotional games. Sources allege that while Aaron was all in, Teyana was quietly building private ties with Leonardo DiCaprio. What appeared to be standard professional chemistry on set allegedly shifted into something far more personal once the cameras stopped rolling. Clips, subtle gestures, and secluded encounters are now being pointed to as signs of intimacy that clash with the harmless explanations given publicly. Some whispers claim this unseen alliance became the real fuel behind her sudden rise, ultimately peaking with her Golden Globe victory. The talk suggests that the award wasn't powered by performance alone, but by influence, proximity, and favors the industry rarely admits exist. Aaron Pierre was reportedly caught completely off guard. While he believed their bond was rooted in honesty, sources say he uncovered evidence that using people as stepping stones was a long-established pattern for Teyana. Allegedly, she had refined this method over time, and Aaron simply became the newest name added to the list. Now, fans and insiders are rewatching every clip, reanalyzing every red carpet moment, and questioning whether the entire storyline was carefully scripted for maximum advantage. Reports indicate the collapse between Aaron and Teyana cut far deeper than a typical breakup. Sources close to him say he was forced to confront the devastating realization that affection, loyalty, and vulnerability were being turned into tools. As he poured himself in, allegedly, Teyana remained focused on positioning, opportunity, and image, publicly polished, privately calculated. Insiders claim every invitation, every exclusive event, and every awards season appearance was another deliberate move, leaving emotional wreckage and unanswered questions behind her. Things allegedly reached a boiling point when the public began noticing cracks in the story. Observers pointed out how Teyana's warmth on screen and composure off screen seemed to hide sharper intentions beneath the surface. Sources now claim her repeated proximity to Leonardo DiCaprio during filming, press tours, and private functions was anything but accidental. Photos and footage allegedly show moments that contradict the official narrative, igniting rumors that Hollywood circles are now murmuring about behind closed doors. The claims have split audiences, with some rushing to protect her image and others accusing her of expertly bending situations to her benefit. Aaron's alleged disclosures peel back the curtain on Hollywood's double life, the version sold to the public versus the maneuvers executed in silence. People close to him say he witnessed how Teyana's charm, sharp intellect, and calculated restraint helped her navigate power structures while keeping her true objectives concealed. Allegedly, this isn't merely about a failed romance, it's an exposure of the shadowy, unforgiving machinery that drives fame, influence, and survival in the industry. The Golden Globe win, allegedly, became the focal point of intense scrutiny. Gossip insiders argue her triumph wasn't solely about skill, but about mastering access, alliances, and secrecy. Sources close to Aaron say that while the world applauded her success, he was privately unraveling, realizing that trust, emotional openness, and loyalty had been exploited. These claims have sent shockwaves through elite circles, prompting uncomfortable questions about award legitimacy, professional favors, and the story's audiences are encouraged to believe. What disturbed Aaron most, sources say, was recognizing a familiar cycle from her past. Allegedly, each significant relationship followed the same arc: connection, deep emotional buy-in, strategic maneuvering, and separation once goals were met. Insiders claim this pattern left confusion and emotional fallout in its wake. Aaron reportedly described this realization as both devastating and clarifying, forcing him to reassess not only her actions, but his own vulnerability. As speculation grows, the debate only intensifies. Fans, bloggers, and insiders continue dissecting every appearance, every speech, and every interaction, searching for fragments of truth. Aaron Pierre's alleged revelations have transformed private pain into public spectacle, with sources suggesting the emotional cost has been enormous. Allegedly, Teyana's pursuit of influence, strategy, and covert alliances has left multiple people questioning how real any Hollywood relationship truly is. The alleged betrayal, the repeated patterns, the secret proximity to Leonardo DiCaprio, and the strategic path to a Golden Globe win sketch a version of Hollywood far more unsettling than the fantasy sold to the public. Sources say Aaron Pierre's account is only the beginning, hinting at an industry where magnetism and talent can conceal manipulation, calculation, and emotional damage. Viewers and insiders alike are left stunned, trying to untangle how romance, ambition, and power became so dangerously intertwined, and where the boundary between genuine love and ruthless strategy actually exists in Hollywood's glittering world.
This character means so much to me. It's a character that radiates, for me, identity and strength, charisma, and class. And I really want to do my best to serve this character and honor this character.
For this album, you made a short film that starred this man. Are there any cons to working with your partner?
Any cons? I think the only con is that I couldn't just take him down.
As the story peels back even more layers, murmurs from those closest to Aaron Pierre reveal an even more unsettling version of what allegedly unfolded behind closed doors with Teyana Taylor. Sources claim that while the public cheered her success, she was carefully engineering every step, catching Aaron off guard time and time again. Allegedly, Teyana never approached relationships from a place of emotion. They were tactical plays meant to elevate her standing in Hollywood's ruthless hierarchy. While Erin poured in trust, vulnerability, and devotion, insiders say she was silently converting connections into leverage, accolades, and personal gain. Insiders point to her history with Iman Shumpert as the original template. According to people in Erin's circle, she allegedly mastered the skill of bending public perception to her advantage, presenting herself as the injured party while casting her partner as the antagonist. Erin reportedly felt a chilling sense of déjà vu when he realized he was caught in the same cycle, identifying a method of manipulation that had allegedly been reused for years. Every smile, every appearance, every private exchange began to feel deliberate, fueling suspicion that ultimately led to emotional collapse. The storyline turns even more explosive when her link to Leonardo DiCaprio comes under scrutiny. Reports allege their bond stretched well past professional limits. Videos and images shared quietly within industry circles show moments insiders describe as deeply personal, far removed from the harmless explanations given publicly. Sources close to Erin insist this concealed closeness played a major role in reshaping Teyana's career path, with some gossip platforms suggesting it may have been a key factor behind her Golden Globe moment. Allegedly, as audiences applauded the wins, Erin was witnessing the late-night gatherings, whispered negotiations, and private arrangements that powered her ascent. Sources say Erin began detecting recurring signs of secrecy, distance, and tightly controlled optics that masked the truth. Insiders allege Teyana's movements were calculated to shield her image while quietly advancing her ambitions. Allegedly, this involved shaping perceptions, forming strategic bonds, and using emotional attachment as a tool to retain influence over those closest to her. Erin reportedly felt ensnared by charisma layered over precision, forcing him to question the authenticity of every moment they shared. The Golden Globe victory reportedly poured gasoline on the fire. Insiders allege that while Teyana celebrated in public, Erin was grappling with the depth of what he believed was betrayal. Reports suggest the honor symbolized more than artistic recognition. It allegedly marked the payoff of influence, secrecy, and carefully timed favoritism. Sources claim that beneath the applause lay a recurring pattern of manipulation, emotional leverage, and opportunism that few were willing to acknowledge openly. Erin's inner circle describes a sobering realization that his experience wasn't isolated. Allegedly, several industry figures had observed similar behaviors tied to Teyana: selective truth, calculated warmth, and an ability to gain power while preserving an untouchable facade. Insiders say the betrayal extended beyond the personal, exposing how authority, access, and secrecy often collide within Hollywood's inner workings. Rumors also reference a string of private gatherings where Teyana and Leonardo allegedly interacted in ways that intensified speculation. While official statements emphasized professionalism, insiders recount moments of familiarity that hint at a hidden dynamic. Erin reportedly wrestled with the split between public narrative and private reality, witnessing actions that contradicted what fans and media were told. Allegedly, the resemblance to what he'd seen play out with Iman became impossible to ignore, deepening the emotional shock and sense of disbelief. As the narrative keeps spreading, Erin's alleged revelations have sent shockwaves through social media feeds and gossip circles alike. Sources insist the public has only glimpsed a small slice of what supposedly unfolded, with deeper truths, private power plays, and deliberate moves kept far from view. Allegedly, Teyana's rise wasn't just talent and timing, it was woven together with hidden strategies that now raise uncomfortable questions about loyalty, sincerity, and the real price of success in Hollywood. Fans are sharply split. Some argue Erin is overstating events, casting Teyana as manipulative out of heartbreak and hurt. Others say the claims ring true, pointing to repeating patterns and overlapping whispers from different insiders. Sources suggest the emotional toll on Erin has been heavy, with betrayal, disillusionment, and loss of trust leaving marks that won't fade easily. Allegedly, the situation exposes a rarely acknowledged side of the industry, one where ambition, charm, and secrecy collide to create both glory and devastation. Insiders claim Erin's account functions as a cautionary tale about fame's hidden machinery. Allegedly, the public wins, trophies, and applause concealed a world of calculated alliances, transactional relationships, and career-first priorities that pushed real connection aside. Sources insist these behind-the-scenes dynamics are key to understanding what supposedly happened, and that Hollywood's shine often masks deep emotional damage for those pulled into its orbit. Even as the rumors swirl, Erin is reportedly still grappling with the full weight of his experience. Sources say he's begun to see how manipulation, secrecy, and ambition can overlap, leaving him questioning the authenticity of carefully crafted public images and the unseen strategies driving major careers. Allegedly, his story highlights the emotional burden of being close to people who use charm as currency and influence as leverage, creating a narrative that feels both heartbreaking and unsettling. Whispers also suggest Teyana's alleged pattern of calculated closeness may stretch beyond Leonardo DiCaprio alone. Sources claim she quietly builds ties with executives, decision-makers, and cultural gatekeepers to protect her momentum, blurring the lines between opportunity, desire, and strategy. Aaron reportedly cautions that what audiences see is only one layer of a far more complex and emotionally charged reality, one many insiders recognize but rarely acknowledge out loud. The allegations sketch Hollywood as a space where trust, loyalty, and emotional investment can be turned into tools for advancement. Insiders say Aaron's account reveals a recurring formula: early trust, deep emotional buy-in, strategic maneuvering, then distance once goals are reached. Allegedly, this cycle has left several people emotionally wrecked, with Aaron emerging as one of the few willing to pull back the curtain. Private circle rumors insist that while Teyana's Golden Globe moment looked celebratory on the surface, behind the scenes she allegedly continued to manage influence, navigate delicate executive relationships, and maximize advantage through carefully maintained connections. Aaron reportedly witnessed these dynamics firsthand and shared them with confidence, exposing the emotional complexity and hidden cost behind what appeared to be a flawless Hollywood ascent. Sources claim Aaron's disclosures function as both a warning and an exposé. Allegedly, they peel back a version of Hollywood where charm becomes a weapon, relationships are engineered, and public narratives are carefully controlled. Fans, insiders, and gossip circles are now wrestling with what these claims imply, questioning whether devotion and trust can truly survive in an environment where ambition, secrecy, and strategy constantly collide. The alleged deception, silence, and emotional games described by Aaron Pierre continue to stun audiences and industry watchers alike. According to insiders, what started as private heartbreak snowballed into a public reckoning, revealing concealed dynamics, recurring cycles, and the steep emotional toll of navigating love inside Hollywood's pressure cooker. Allegedly, the chapter is still unfolding, leaving viewers wondering what other truths remain hidden beneath the glamour, trophies, and carefully staged smiles that dominate headlines and red carpets. The narrative reportedly grows even more unsettling as additional insiders allegedly step forward to detail what was happening behind closed doors with Teyana Taylor. According to people closest to Aaron Pierre, a story that began with emotional loss has now uncovered a tangled network of manipulation, secrecy, and ruthless ambition few expected. Allegedly, Teyana's drive for status, access, and acclaim was never accidental. It was intentional, methodical, and nonstop. Every red carpet grin and glittering awards night appearance allegedly concealed a recurring pattern of emotional leverage and personal betrayal. Sources suggest that while Aaron was deeply invested, Teyana was charting a parallel course, cultivating ties with powerful industry figures, including Leonardo DiCaprio. Footage, closed-door gatherings, and insider testimony allegedly indicate that professional lines were crossed long before the public suspected anything. The whispers claim the connection with Leonardo went beyond on-screen chemistry. It was a private alignment that accelerated her rise and ultimately fed into her Golden Globe moment. Aaron reportedly witnessed this progression with disbelief and pain, realizing the devotion he offered was being quietly replaced by opportunity and influence. The Golden Globe win, insiders allege, marked the payoff of years of deliberate positioning. As fans celebrated, Aaron was forced to confront the idea that the trophy symbolized more than performance. It allegedly reflected power, calculated maneuvering, and mastery of Hollywood's unseen hierarchies. Reports claim Teyana had perfected the balance of charm and alignment, projecting professionalism publicly while privately locking in advantages at every step. Aaron's inner circle describes recognizing a deeply disturbing pattern. Allegedly, the same playbook used with her ex-husband Iman Shumpert, and later with Aaron himself, had been sharpened over time. Emotional closeness, loyalty, and personal commitment were allegedly treated as instruments for upward movement. Insiders say grasping this cycle was devastating for Aaron, exposing a side of Hollywood intimacy where charisma is sharpened into a tool and trust becomes collateral. Allegedly, exclusive parties, late-night gatherings, and invite-only industry events served as quiet arenas for Teyana to preserve access and authority while keeping the public storyline intact. Aaron reportedly noticed subtle signals, hushed exchanges, and moments that clashed with her outward denials, intensifying his sense of deception. The surfacing of these alleged patterns has reportedly left industry insiders shaken, forcing difficult questions about authenticity, loyalty, and ethical conduct at the very top of Hollywood's power ladder. Rumors now suggest that the alleged closeness with Leonardo DiCaprio was far from a one-time situation. Insiders claim these private bonds were part of a broader, intentional strategy aimed at locking in roles, prestige, and long-term influence. Aaron allegedly came to a painful realization. While he believed they were building a shared future rooted in trust, Teyana was simultaneously maneuvering through a web of opportunities, capitalizing on emotional commitment, and clearing every obstacle from her path to success. The aftermath, sources say, has been nothing short of crushing. Aaron's disclosures allegedly forced fans, insiders, and media outlets to re-examine the story behind Teyana's ascent. What once looked dazzling and triumphant on the surface allegedly concealed a chain of calculated decisions, discreet encounters, and personal betrayals that left deep emotional damage behind. Insiders argue this situation exposes Hollywood's shadow side, where romance and ambition frequently overlap and manipulation is often masked as effortless charm. Allegedly, the most devastating moment came when Aaron realized Teyana's public responses were carefully engineered distractions. Sources claim she avoided direct answers, deflected accusations, and maintained a polished image of innocence, leaving Aaron isolated with the emotional fallout. Insiders insist this wasn't simply heartbreak, it was a deliberate pattern of emotional strategy, designed to protect her upward momentum while limiting scrutiny and accountability. Fans remain sharply divided as the story continues to echo through gossip blogs and social platforms. Some rush to Teyana's defense, dismissing the claims as jealousy and wounded pride on Aaron's part. Others see the recurring themes, insider corroboration, and private evidence as impossible to ignore, prompting serious doubts about the authenticity of her public image. According to sources, Aaron's account has unsettled the industry, exposing levels of calculation, secrecy, and control few expected behind what seemed like a standard celebrity relationship. Ultimately, insiders describe Teyana's journey as a revealing study in Hollywood ambition, emotional leverage, and the unseen machinery of fame. Allegedly, every accolade, every casting decision, and every interaction fit into a deliberate sequence designed to expand power and opportunity. Aaron Pierre's perspective reportedly lays bare the stark divide between what audiences are shown and what unfolds in private, underscoring the emotional toll of being close to someone whose ambition may eclipse loyalty, honesty, and trust. According to insiders, the story leaves behind a haunting question. How much of what unfolds on red carpets, in glossy interviews, and during award speeches is genuine, and how much is the product of planning, quiet negotiations, and personal maneuvering? Aaron's revelations allegedly pull back the curtain, revealing an industry where ambition, emotional calculation, and secret alliances intersect in ways that unsettle, disturb, and force viewers to rethink everything they see. And sources say the saga doesn't stop with Aaron speaking out. Its impact continues to ripple through Hollywood circles, fan communities, and social media debates, sparking uncomfortable conversations about ethics, exploitation, and the true cost of success. Insiders claim the exposure of Teyana's alleged patterns, the strategic relationships, the private closeness with Leonardo, and the relentless pursuit of influence has permanently altered how celebrity relationships are viewed. They describe the story as both a cautionary tale and a public reckoning, offering a rare glimpse into the hidden forces of ambition, power, and emotional manipulation that shape Hollywood from the shadows. According to people in Aaron's inner circle, this saga leaves behind a path of emotional wreckage, calculated moves, and secrecy no one saw coming. Allegedly, Teyana Taylor's public ascent disguises years of deliberate strategy, recurring behaviors, and concealed alliances. Fans, insiders, and gossip watchers are now struggling to process what Aaron has brought to light, a reality where trust, devotion, and genuine emotion take a backseat to ambition, power, and the tightly protected chase for fame. Sources stress that this story is nowhere near finished. Allegedly, more details may emerge, peeling back even deeper layers of planning, secrecy, and unseen partnerships. Insiders say Aaron's account is only the opening chapter, offering a rare look into a Hollywood where image is illusion, ambition rules, and personal relationships often become casualties in the ruthless pursuit of influence. The emotional fallout, sources claim, has been overwhelming, leaving behind heartbreak, disbelief, and shock tied to one of the most explosive celebrity narratives in recent years. Brace yourself, because what follows is said to be even more unsettling. The story of Teyana Taylor, her alleged behind-the-scenes maneuvers, and Aaron Pierre's heartbreak doesn't conclude with trophies or headlines. It trails off into emotional devastation, betrayal, and revelations the public almost never witnesses. Allegedly, every step she took, every smile she displayed, and every glamorous moment she owned was carefully orchestrated to preserve power, shape perception, and rise higher within Hollywood's unforgiving ranks. Aaron's experience reportedly exposes a world where ambition outweighs loyalty and trust becomes something to be strategically used. The murmurs, the footage, the closed-door gatherings all sketch the image of someone who allegedly mastered the game of fame with surgical precision, using charisma and secrecy to secure success while personal bonds quietly unraveled. Sources claim that what audiences admired on red carpets as poise and elegance concealed a dense web of strategy, covert alliances, and emotionally charged manipulation. Aaron's Pain, insiders say, offers a rare window into that hidden reality, revealing how devotion can be eclipsed by ambition, how love can be sidelined by opportunity, and how secrets can quietly fuel Hollywood's darkest stories. As the debate rages, the gossip spreads, and Hollywood insiders try to make sense of the explosive claims, one truth stands out: the price of fame is often paid with trust, vulnerability, and shattered hearts. Allegedly, Teyana's rise wasn't simply a journey fueled by talent. It was a calculated saga of secret alliances, hidden relationships, and ruthless ambition, leaving emotional devastation in its wake. Now the question is yours to answer. Do you believe the whispers, the recurring patterns, and the alleged evidence? Or do you see this as a cautionary tale of ambition gone too far? Comment, share, and let the world know what you think, because the truth behind the glitz, the awards, and the Hollywood smiles may be far darker than anyone imagined. The story has been exposed, the secrets are out, and the industry may never look the same again.